I love it when I hear English speakers. Because it's like, check, 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 check. More languages I don't understand, check English. But yeah, I had a local be like, there's horses on the top of a building. What are you talking about? Puppies. Maybe it's just because I've never lived in a city, but I can't believe how many strollers with children I've seen. It's ridiculous. They're just everywhere. Prams, as they say in jolly old England. I was kind of surprised at the amount of graffiti here. I don't know, they like don't put that in the tourist brochures. Who would have thought it? Thing that I didn't anticipate. It's not a cultural difference, and it kind of makes me angry, is that there are so many American things here. Like, we're about to pass a KFC, and there's subways. Like, look, yeah, you can see the subway sign, maybe, in a second. Look at that. What in the world? Why I did not come several thousand miles to eat at Subway or KFC or get Colgate toothpaste. See, look, KFC. It's just wrong. Here's my favorite mural. Hello, communism. Man, I guess you get kind of used to people staring at you after a while. I'm just not gonna pay attention. Life will be good. But yeah, isn't that a neat mural? With all its tanks and like construction equipment in a circle. Flowers. Flowers are a very common gift. Czech people, there are 365 name days in Czech culture, and on your name day it's traditional to give an odd number of flowers. So there are flower shops everywhere. Christmas remnants. I almost wonder if they're up all year. I feel like that would be a Czech thing. Vinny, one of my flatmates, has been living here for 4 years, and he works for the company, I guess, the school that I am taking a class from. And what does he say? Oh, he was saying that Czech people aren't really very into their jobs, and he thinks that it's and I would agree, I mean, garnering from what I understand, that it's a remnant of the communist era, you know, because everyone was being paid the same, and you had a job assigned to you. It wasn't necessarily what you wanted to do, and so people just aren't really into it. And so that's why it makes sense to me that the Christmas decorations are still up, because I can do it later. It's not a big deal.
A quick history lesson. The Czech Republic, where I am now in Prague, is in Central Europe. It is often called the heart of Europe, or the golden heart of Europe, because it's in the middle, basically, even though it was part of the Eastern Bloc during the USSR reign. In 1988, they actually had one of the most peaceful of all the communist states, ridding themselves of communism and going back to a democratic government. The Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic, or Slovakia, had the most peaceful, like, separating, parting in the history of forever. They just sort of said, I don't really want to hang out anymore. Can we part ways? And they're like, oh, all right, let's do that. And they say that Czech, the language, and Slovak, the language, are similar as British English to American English. It's mutually intelligible. Yeah, so they haven't had communism since 1988, and they've had a pretty stable government. I mean, as stable as can be ever since.
I got pickpocketed here last night, but they didn't pickpocket anything because there wasn't anything in my pocket because I'm smart. But yeah, there was this group of guys and they were working together, and one guy came out to like touch my hair and my face and was calling me pretty, and another guy put his hand in my pocket. But there was nothing there because that's what bras are for. Look, Ben & Jerry's. See? Gypped. Ben & Jerry's. I've never even been to Ben & Jerry's in the States, but I can go 3,000 miles away from the States. There's another Subway. See? Not fair. What in the world? Why is everything so American? I had noticed that over there before. I guess you can't see it, but there's grass in the distance. Holy crap. Oh, just look at the ground. Look at all these cobbles. Man, you see European women wearing like super high heels. Here's a girl wearing high-heeled boots on these cobbles, and I'm just sort of like, how do you not die? I can't even, I mean, I trip when I wear heels. Oh, that's kind of neat. Look at that. But yeah, heels. How do you not die? I mean, when I'm on regular solid ground without cobbles, I have issues. These lovely buildings, which were often, I've read, I'm not sure, were often either, actually built in the time period, or they were built in the 1920s and 30s, the neoclassical Renaissance. And, beautiful, lovely buildings. And then you have these communist era apartment buildings that aren't particularly pretty, but very functional. It's interesting. I mean, that's just literally across the street. You can see both at the same time. It's snowing. Hello, friends. I come to you from under this umbrella because it is snowing. Maybe you can't see it. Before, I'm in school. I have to do homework and teach. It's a lot. Teaching is, well, the teaching part isn't so hard, but getting ready, planning to teach is difficult. But I love it. I got some really, really awesome news. 2 of my tutors told me that they're really impressed with my teaching, and that if I want a job after the course, I have one. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, like with them at the school where I learned. So that's a pretty awesome compliment, and I'm super stoked about it. Even though I've only gotten 10 hours of sleep in the last 3 days, trying to finish up all my paperwork, my teaching is good.